Yeah. Late nights, same room. Kastor's Korner. We're live. We're live. Yeah. We're live. Kastor's Korner. Back when the shelf was a thought in my head. Before the price talk, before what was said. Before the grow up, before they all dip. Before the love turned to what you could flip. Same space, new lens, I adjusted the view. Seen the hype come and go, seen what it do, some moved on. Some lost what was real, I stayed right here. Had to see how it feel. Korner live, yeah, we back in the room. Say it in the chat, let me hear it from you. Why you collect, what it mean, what it do? We don't chase hype, we just stay on the truth. Kastor's Korner, yeah, I see you show up. Same love, new lens, yeah, we building it up. Share the joy, never mind what it costs. If it's real, let it stay. If it's not, let it go. Yeah, now it's less about the shelf, more the reason behind. What you kept, what you left, what you chose over time. Connecticut to Philly, Long Island we know. Seen the culture shift fast, seen the noise get loud. Everybody got a tape when they chasing the crowd. But I'm right here steady, never moved off track. If it don't feel real, I don't bring that back. Built this slow, now I stand on its own. When you step in the room, yeah, you already home. Korner live, yeah, we back in the room. Say it in the chat, let me hear it from you. Why you collect, what it mean, what it do? We don't chase hype, we just stay on the truth. Kastor's Korner, yeah, I see you show up. Same love, new lens, and we building it up. Share the joy, never mind what it costs. If it's real, let it stay. If it's not, let it go. It ain't what it's worth, it's what it mean to you. Not the price on the box, it's what you've been through. Different paths, same spark when it start. Yeah, we all came in with the same heart. Kastor's Korner, Korner, Korner. Oh, Kastor's Korner. Yeah, we're live, we're live, we're live, we're live. Hey, oh, yeah, yeah. Kastor's Korner. We're live.
Thanks for having me. Hate to say it, I think you got a little audio issue. If you look at the comments too, nobody can.
All right, I'll do that over.
Sorry. Tried.
All right, here we go. Let's do that over again. I'm not going to throw him backstage. I was going to say we have so much to talk about. Yeah. How about now? Everybody got me now? You can hear me now? Everybody good?
We're good.
Yeah. No, I had it set for the intro and it never did it. Okay. Anyway, so this is the show where we don't hide our guest hosts, the assholes who actually know what we're talking about. We got San Diego. We got I got text coming through too. We got San Diego, we got Spider-Man, we got McFarlane, we got so much to talk about. So I don't want to do too much. This is Brian from Fanboy Factor. This, nobody better to kind of go through con season with and talk about it from not only a professional perspective, but we can go back and forth. We can have differing opinions. I'm gonna one more dig. We're not kissing each other's ass or begging for toys on this channel. We're just talking some good toy talk. and pop culture and comics. I'm gonna shut up now. So San Diego Comic-Con, you had a pass this year, you didn't go.
Right.
I gave up my passes, I didn't go. I don't feel like I missed anything. How about you?
I don't feel like I missed anything. I also feel, I don't know. Yeah, I'm the old man, like you always say, and I just don't think I have the energy to cover something like San Diego anymore. Um, just
It's a lot. Like it's different than New York. New York, you have to walk the convention floor. San
right.
Diego, you have to walk so much more. Like you have to walk so much that it's insane. It's blocks and blocks and blocks. So there's a big difference there.
I mean, that's what I hear, and I can't do that anymore.
Lots of trailers came out of San Diego. Lots of
Yep.
things to talk about. Old school. We'll start with the comic stuff. Lanterns finally dropped a trailer that gave people an idea of what's happening in the story. What are your thoughts on the Lanterns TV show and what you saw?
You know, I saw the same trailer. I did, you know, kind of like what I saw. I do like the back and forth between Hal and John. You know, lots. Some people are complaining about. I don't know if they're complaining, but they're talking a lot about Sinestro.
Yeah.
And
well, I mean, if you're going to talk about, you know, one lantern training another, and that line in the trailer saying, you know, you're not training your partner, you're training your replacement. Like that feeling from behind bars is a real telling of like, oh, okay. I think there's a lot there to kind of really think about. They also said during the panel, and I got this right. I don't know what one show I did, might have done it with Jesse or DJ and Jesse, and we were talking about lanterns and stuff. I said Laura Linney was going to be a guardian based on how she was talking in the trailer to John.
Oh, wow.
And so she is going to be a human form of one of the guardians that came out of that, because she was like, you know, it is your time, Jon Stewart, take the ring. Like, it was not like a Carol Ferris, like, oh, Hal's gone, you should take, you know, it was very like direct and to him. I'm excited. Like, I'm genuinely excited that we're jumping into this in the middle of everything. We got Manhunters, Sinestro, John, Hal, Dynamic Guy, you know, like
it takes place in two separate timelines. So you got stuff happening in the past, stuff happening in the present.
Yeah.
I'm hearing a lot of rumors about Atrocious,
as being Red Lantern being part of it. Yeah.
But when they did the Manhunters, I was like, oh wow.
They're going for
it. I was like, wow. I mean, they made a little change to it. Fine, whatever. It's an adaptation. I don't have a problem with that, but I love the fact that they're using the Manhunters. It's such.
I am sick of these origin stories. Like, truly. Like, I understand why they do them sometimes, but like, it's 2026. Like, go watch the cartoons, go watch the older stuff. We don't, like, if it's one of the big names, if it's Flash, Green Lantern, Wonder Woman, Superman, Batman, but you know, anybody from that DC world, just throw it at a wall. Like, let's just go.
Gunn is building this world really fast. And he established that there were heroes in the past. If you look at the mural on the Justice Gang's wall there, I mean, it was pointed out to me, it's like, there's Wildcat. I'm like, Wildcat?
Yeah. Yeah. I think it is. Did you see Supergirl?
I haven't yet.
Okay.
Couldn't make it to the movies, but
I was surprised at how good it was from a perspective of, I understand why all the bros hate it, because I watched it and said, I want my daughter to be this strong.
Right.
Like it was a very empowering, very, and like this whole idea of like gender politics and all this stuff. It's like, why can't she be a strong female role model? Like, I don't get it. So I don't want to go too much into it, but like, I think that Gunn is building a very big tapestry that we're going to have it. I do disagree with Clayface coming before Batman. And that Clayface trailer looked insane.
I mean, a horror in the DC universe, body horror at that. I was just like, oh my gosh.
Well, and it's supposedly set, it's a prequel. So it's set before Creature Commandos.
Wow.
Because Clayface was part of Creature Commandos. So toy-wise, I don't think the company's come to play anymore. I'll be honest with you. They're not there to really showcase much. Like Hasbro was a really big disappointment overall in what they showed and how they showed it. So I don't know. What were your thoughts on the product side of it all?
In terms of the big two, it's Hasbro. I wasn't impressed. It just, they did another video like another YouTube thing like they always do. And I'm not going to knock the Marvel Legends. It's just the characters that I want, they haven't produced yet. And that's, like, I'm not going to be here bitching and moaning about it.
No, but I want to hear this. Like it's been 25 years. Like in retrospect, in reality of like what can be produced.
Right.
For you, give me an example of one or two characters that you don't have yet.
Honestly, I would love to have I love Shang-Chi's modern day suit. I would love to have a figure of him in that. The one thing I really want, because I have this huge Avengers display, is I would love a 2-pack of the Swordsman and Mantis.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah.
That's the one I really would love to have. And I think it seems like a natural for a 2-pack, but maybe I'm biased, but I don't know.
No, I think that's I think it's a really interesting thing to think, 25 years worth of figures over two companies. And when we start to look at because people say they're making their 800th Spider-Man and their 2000th Iron Man and all the whatever it is. When we look at it and we see some of these characters that don't get made, I made a video the other day that I didn't publish because I just couldn't find the right words for it. Right. But Krennic from the Transformers Studio Series line or whatever line he's in, it's a 2-minute character from Transformers the movie.
Right.
And he gets eaten, it's not somebody but it's made for the fans. And I went to a Walmart the other day and there were 8 of them on the shelf. And then I went to another Walmart and there were 5 of them on the shelf. And what wasn't on, there was 1 Optimus Prime. There were 3 Bumblebees. And we really champion this idea of we're the fans, we know what we want and how we want it, but is getting what we want good for the line? I don't know. I really
that's a big question. I mean, yes, I'm not a big fan of the 800 Spider-Man, Iron Man's, Cap, whatever you want to do. But I think what annoys me a little more is when they do characters who come and go, like the Red Widow. It's why is she getting a figure before somebody's, let's say, Echo? Echo has an edge. She's been around a lot longer. She's done a lot more in the Marvel universe. She was part of that run of the Avengers. Why don't we have an Echo figure?
That's a really good call. Well, I mean, the Red Widow, I think, won a fan poll during one of their PulseCons.
But it's not the first time they've done things.
No. I know that. I agree with you. I get it.
I mean, on one hand, yeah, I appreciate the deep cuts. You know, like I never thought I'd see an orb figure. It's just like,
Yeah.
oh, okay, that's kind of cool. But like I said, it's just some of these fly by night characters who don't really have staying power, and then you have legacy characters who are not being touched. Is I find that a little frustrating.
I think overall, I think that there's a fatigue in all of it. There's
Yeah,
not a lot of originality in a lot of it. And I think we've been at this so long in this one position that it becomes harder and harder to serve both us and the retailers at the same
right.
time. And we've seen that with Legends disappearing from the retail aisles that are geared towards the collectors, like the
Yeah,
newest box wave. We won't see it at major retail. You know,
no,
it is a specialty. It is an online thing. Yeah, sorry, I just want to go back to this. Yes, I agree that Ghostbusters was a good. I liked it. And my biggest part was they marketed it wrong because they marketed it as a reboot, as a continuation, as a sequel, not a reboot. And we can someday, if you know, we all can bring that up. That actually might be a good one for Men on Film after us. Anyway, so I think that there's like this fatigue that like I feel like Hasbro lines used to reinvent themselves every 3 to 5 years.
right.
Transformers did it. Star Wars did it. There was a new line look. There was a new packaging. But with this perpetual motion of these lines, I think we lose a lot overall. I think we lose a lot more as collectors in that way.
It's the 2-pack of the Scarlet Witch and the Vision that they showed. I know there was a lot of complaints because of Vision's cape.
Yep. Well, certain dipshits on other podcasts were like, that costs so much money. Yeah, kiss my ass. Anyway.
It doesn't cost that much money to do that.
But it took up so much tooling space in the steel that we lost. Blah blah blah.
On one hand, I don't get it. On the other hand, that 2-pack and the 2-pack of Quicksilver and the Black Widow are based on a storyline called The Crossing from the Avengers.
Yeah.
The art is by Mike Delgado Jr. And yes, I'm not a fan of the cape, but on the same hand, that captures his artwork perfectly.
Yeah. And so the people that want that on their shelf,
yeah,
there are Vision fans. Even though Gibbs could probably make or Gibbs is in here, Gibbs going that cape. Even though Gibbs is in here, he could probably make a better cape. Listen, some people don't have that luxury. And then I like the idea of working out that cover and finishing a cover. I feel like it's a team kind of look. Somebody else brought up the symbiote Spider-Man. When are they going to... Maxim would have been the right place to do this. When are they going to give portholes in the top of the hands for the webbing on Black Suit Spider-Man? Like, that is a big thing that I saw come up. He's still got thwip hands. He should have...
Yeah, I know. The other... I just one last thing on the Avengers. What really surprises me is while these designs are incredible, and they're, I think, what was it? Mid-90s, I think these designs.
Yeah, like 95.
Yeah.
Even though people were referencing them as recent, they are not recent. They were 95.
Yeah. Overall, The Crossing is considered the worst Avengers story ever. And I personally kind of liked it. I liked it a little. But like among polls and stuff. So I was a little surprised that they're actually getting figures made, but at the same time, I'm like, well, they're great designs. See, I want the Hawkeye that came from that same design. It's just, it was different, but I'm also wondering if we're going to get a shirtless Thor now.
or questionable S&M version of Giant Man.
Yeah.
No, but like I don't I didn't read that book, even though I was reading at that point in time.
Right.
I didn't read the Avengers until Disassembled, really. I didn't get into that until the early 2000s. But the thing is, I know that cover.
Yep.
Like, I know that cover. And so I really thought that was good. I think, yeah. So I just think overall, like, there are missteps here and there. And I think we're being so critical because it's been 25 years. Like, I can't think of another toy line that has lasted that long besides like Hot Wheels and Matchbox and that kind of stuff.
Right.
Arby has had that lasting power. But like, this is marketed towards us. Like, this is like, they're not capturing the youth like other lines do.
No.
So I don't know. What do you think about like the rise of like the indie toy maker?
I love it. I picked up 2 of the long box heroes. A while ago, I got Grendel.
Yeah.
Awesome figure. Awesome. I had great points of articulation. The only other Grendel figure that came out way early 90s from Graffiti Designs.
Yeah.
And so to have a new one with like over 17 points of articulation is just like, oh my God. And in 1/2-inch, 6-inch scale was just like, oh, this is incredible.
Yeah. I started buying these, like the Cops figures, because they look so good.
I just got the Tick.
Okay.
And small complaint, they didn't give him the spoon.
No, you have to buy another Tick to get the spoon.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
No, they got plenty of dollhouse companies that sell that. I got one, Sean got one, and I just got him a spoon for his because he really wants the spoon thing. But it's an awesome figure. And, speaking of San Diego, I love that the rest of the characters from the comics are coming out. I mean, Man-Eating Cow, Shareface Chippendale. I'm like, count me in.
Yeah, they're fun. I think that they're doing a lot. I think Jade is doing a lot. Like, I wasn't going to get the Fruity Pebbles, and then they're making Dino, and I'm like, oh, are we going to get Betty? Are we going to get Wilma? Are we going to get Bam Bam and what's her name? What's the other? Bam Bam and help me out here, people. Pebbles and Bam Bam. Like, it's giving us stuff that we don't have. I think that's the exciting part. Is like, I'm looking at my desk and there's like, how many Wolverines can I see? I don't know. I got at least 3 here.
But you and I have been at this game long enough to know we've seen the rise of, here's a new line and here's, some of the figures. And then the line drops and we're left with never completing the family, the team, the whatever. It's just, it's frustrating as all heck. And I don't know about you, but sometimes it just makes me a little wary of starting a new collection.
Absolutely.
That's why I buy like individuals and don't do the entire, if I can't have the entire thing, it's ruined for me. I'm like, no, I'm just happy with the individual figure.
Well, and that's the thing. I think my mentality has gone from, I need my whole team. I need everything. Somebody said up here, Chip said, it'll probably take them 20 years to finish another team. I have the 80s mentality, which is like Superpowers never finished the Teen Titans. We got Cyborg, we got Robin, we didn't get anybody else, right? They didn't really finish the Justice League. We never got Black Canary. We never got, like there are multiple lines. Thundercats was missing things. Bionic 6 actually did pretty good. Silverhawks, like all those lines of the 80s were built around these capsule collections. And so would I like certain things? Yes. Do I have this? I need everything to feel complete? No, I've let go of that, which is a nice feeling. Although I feel like I'm spending more money than I ever have at the moment.
Mattel did that too. I mean, when they first had the DC license, they gave us the Doom Patrol, but they didn't give us a chief. I went ahead and I had somebody, I customed a head. I got a head, somebody customed a chief head for me. I put it on a Professor Xavier. I'm like, boom, there's my chief.
Yeah.
I got the team now. I'm a happy person.
So overall, San Diego, I don't want to grade it, but do you feel like it is on the down, or is it kind of leveled out?
I think it leveled out, but what pisses me off is Marvel, because it's total bullshit. Because right up until then, I'm getting things for D23. And they're going to hold back as much as they can just to give you a little taste at San Diego so they can have everything for their event.
Yeah.
It's the fucking mouse again, and I can't.
Well, but here's the thing. It's not just that, right? It's Hasbro and Mattel and all these companies going, we have San Diego, then we have a Comic-Con in Mexico, and we have one over in London, and we have New York Comic-Con. Like, they are no longer one channel putting out the information. And so because of that, like, we're losing out because they're trying to spread all this stuff. And that brings up a really good point, because I want to talk about Spider-Man. We are, speaking of Marvel and speaking of that, I'm going to try to stay as spoiler-free as possible. We're going to talk about big things, big ideas, big tones, not necessarily outcomes and things like that. But I saw Spider-Man 3 times so far. That's how much I loved it.
I saw it earlier today.
Okay. I have something to say to you that I have been waiting years to say, and I've never been able to say it.
Yeah, all right. Let me have it.
Fuck you. He kept his goddamn mask on the whole fucking movie.
I deserve that. I deserve that.
I am sitting in the movie theater, and I'm thinking to myself, oh, God, in this final fight, he's going up against the Hand, and he took off the mask. Brian's going to have a field day with this. And then I realize, I'm like, wait, they're mind controlled by Jean, which means they don't remember any of it. So his identity is still intact. So you can't even complain in that moment, because he knew that they wouldn't remember him. So he kept that mask on to the detriment of his own life. You can't complain this movie. About that.
No. Actually, I have very minor complaints, which I don't want to get into because they will give stuff away.
How about I'll kind of weave this.
I do want to say that it has to be the most comic accurate Spider-Man interpretation I've ever seen. Oh my God.
I would say I'd go one step further, because I think people that are from the outside don't consider this the way that we consider it.
Right.
I think it is the most Spider-Man and the most Peter Parker movie we've ever gotten.
Yeah.
And I think that that's an important distinction to make, is the depth of Peter. And I heard some bad take going, oh, so depressing, and he's so upset. You might have broke Brian if he can't complain.
Read a comic. Read a fucking Spider-Man comic, okay? He's always talking about the Parker luck, which is fucking bad luck.
No. Okay. So, but I think, listen, we got a good crowd here. They're asking good questions. I think, I saw this really bad take, and people are like, well, these people have been reviewing movies and comics for over 20 years. And I go, big deal. So have I. They're like, oh, it was too depressing. And I'm like, he cried once, and it was valid, right? You felt the emotional weight throughout the movie on his decision to keep his loved ones safe.
Right.
And I think as comic book readers and watchers, there comes a moment where I always watch these shows where people have secret identities, and I'm like, I want Lois to know that Clark's Superman. I want Jimmy to know that Clark's, I want like this shorthand, like with the Flash, like Team Flash, and Batman has all. It's nice in those moments to have that, right? But
no, I agree. But sometimes these shows they open it up too much.
Wide. Yeah, they forget about stuff, and I think with Homecoming, Far From Home, No Way Home actually being the 3-act first act
right
of Spider-Man and getting his origin story through those 3 movies, not just one.
It's also an evolution of Spider-Man to get where we are supposed to be.
Yeah.
He's got the quips, he's got the moves, he's got the, it was awesome.
Yeah.
It was Spider-Man to me.
The thing that was missing, and the thing that I go back to, and might be a spoiler, but it is not how do I say this? This is a piece of information that doesn't come out in the movie. It didn't affect me while I was watching it. Going back and thinking about it, I go, how did he get his money?
Yeah, I wondered about actually towards the end. I was just like,
yeah,
where is his income coming from?
Yeah, like he's got equipment, he's got an apartment, he's doing stuff. We don't actually know because there's no Daily Bugle, right? There's no official Daily Bugle. He's not, and I don't think he should work for a newspaper. I don't think he should be a photographer. I understand that was part of his story, but this is a Spider-Man for today.
Yeah.
So, they're. I mean, when they did it in the Ultimate Universe, he was doing the online.
Yeah.
With JJ. But even now, like that doesn't really fit.
No.
So I don't know what he would do.
What he's been doing is working for he's not doing photography anymore. He's been, working for various science type things like he should be.
Yeah.
And of course, just due to his luck, it never works out. He does great for a while, and then his luck kicks in, and that's it. And he's got to find another job. But yeah, I was like wondering, it's like, where's he getting all this capital from?
Well, they see, one of the comments is that maybe Tony left him some cash. Maybe he did, but like, I don't think it's going to bankroll him for 4 years. Like, there's a 4-year time jump here.
Yeah.
And so I think it was very successful. And this is where I'm going to be very careful because I don't know how many people is watching has seen it. They were very successful in weaving multiple storylines, multiple character storylines with similar emotional impact.
Right.
That allowed them to not feel overcrowded. I think that was what really stuck for me, is that because everybody was like, oh my God, Boomerang's in the movie, and Tombstone's in the movie, and Scorpion's in the movie, and this is in the movie. And I'm just like, guys, they're going to write this like a Ultimate comic where like the first, few pages are him fighting these, showing, what the town's like. But not necessarily spending a lot of time with them. And I appreciate that it wasn't centered necessarily around one villain. It was centered around Peter's growth and changes.
And life. Yeah. It's, one of the things, and this is not a spoiler, the Punisher's in it, and you can see some of their back and forth in the trailer, and that goes throughout the movie, and I love their back and forth. And somebody elsewhere said it was like a big brother type of situation, and I'm like, yeah, I can see that. I can see that.
The funny thing is, I would call Peter the big brother.
Yeah.
No, I think that back and forth, and Gibbs, if you're still here, I I think, you know, he asked, you know, did Punisher kill anybody? Was Punisher really Punisher? If you go back and you read a comic book, when other characters are brought in to other characters' worlds, they play by those rules.
Right.
And so the Punisher not being ultra violent necessarily, or the last kill, kind of
Garth Hennessy and
yeah, it's like that whole like really like, you know, feral version of him. I appreciate it. I appreciated like
yeah.
he fit into this world as he should have.
I mean, it's that yes, they had him play with the Spider-Man rules, but it was still the Punisher. It was still the one we saw in Daredevil, in the miniseries, in the one shot. It was still the same guy.
It's not just you in here, Gibbs. But no, I think it was appropriate. We're trying not to spoil for everybody, not just you. The other thing I will say is there was, and this is, I'm just gonna, you know, if you've seen the movie, you will know what I'm talking about. If you haven't seen the movie, you won't know what I'm talking about. There was a moment towards the end of the film where someone says, I have an idea. And I had one thought of how it was going to go, and it was not how it went. And I was slightly disappointed because I wanted what happens in the comics to really happen in that moment. I understand why they couldn't based on other things.
You wanted Mephisto to be there? I mean,
no.
And take his love.
A certain person was doing this, and I wanted it to be someone else. That would have been more impactful and hinted at a larger world. Without saying too many things.
I know I'm probably going to get a beating for this, but I swear for the next film, I really want the Clone Saga.
You know, no, I wouldn't be upset. I thought that's where they were. Well, I'm not going to say anything.
No,
There were hints.
When I was walking out of the theater, I realized, like, wait a minute. The comic book Clone Saga isn't the first time he was cloned. It was back in the 76 show.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I think it would be kind of interesting. I again, it, you know, how it plays out and stuff, but
I think what's also interesting is Tom Holland said that when they filmed No Way Home, they came up with a way for him to pass the baton onto a new generation.
Right.
And so I don't think we're getting 3 more movies with him. I think we're going to get 1.5 more movies with him. I'm actually curious to see how it shakes out because I like this more grounded and adult Peter that is a lot more serious because that is the Peter that like Spider-Man is Spider-Man, but I really fell in love with the character and the dynamics during JMS. His run with Ezekiel and teaching and being married before One More Day and Brand New Day.
But that wasn't his fault. That was
no. I know. No. I'm just saying, like, but that Peter, that was a lot more grounded, a lot more resonated with me, even though he was much older than me. Like, I like seeing different facets of these characters. I don't want them to be hollow. I want them to be well thought out. And I think that they did that with Peter and have lost it. And I think this brings it back.
It's funny because during the press tour for the Odyssey, Holland actually said in an interview, he said, between this and Spider-Man, this is the last time I'm playing a boy. And I'm like,
yeah. And I'm good with that. I'm genuinely good with that. No big post credit. Like there was a small post credit.
Yep.
Leads into their next thing. I
also the next thing.
The next thing. No, I think it's the next thing. To be honest with you, from what I'm hearing. No.
I don't want to give any. It
From what I've heard, it is the next thing, and we can talk offline after we're done.
Yeah.
We'll talk after we're done. I heard it's the next thing.
Well, I want to talk to you about Doomsday.
Okay, yeah, let's go. Because we don't know anything about Doomsday.
And just Marvel I'm not too sure if you've heard the news. Wonder Man got canceled. Blade was canceled. Armor Wars was canceled.
Canceled,
and now people are saying there's, once again, like DC had, no black characters.
Minority problem, yes.
Yeah, it's I don't know if that's, and they're also saying that Sam Wilson's going to be taking second fiddle to Rogers. I don't know.
They have been very clear, at least in the interviews I've seen, is that Steve Rogers is coming back. Captain America is Sam Wilson.
Right.
So there's a little wiggle room there. But I think from a fan standpoint, I want to see everybody on screen.
That's how I feel. And when I say everybody, I mean from the TV shows too. I'm sorry. I feel She-Hulk should have been in this.
Yep. I think she will be in the next one.
Moon Knight, I'm not sure about. I know they're still talking about doing Midnight Suns.
Yeah.
So if they do that, I think that's where Moon Knight belongs. But
I think they stretch too thin, and I think they have to go back to it. And I think everybody's opinion of it, like, I'll be honest with you, the first Thor is one of my least favorite Marvel movies, to be honest with you. I found it very bland and boring, and I almost fell asleep in the theater.
I can see that.
So, like, I don't think Phase 1 was this great thing that everybody says it was. I think there were some missteps there. But yeah, with Doomsday, I am cautiously optimistic that they're going to stick the landing on it. Because the Russos have yet to let us down. Like, I mean, overall, like, we get Winter Soldier, we get Civil War, which was okay, but it was, the problem with it was they weren't given the cast that they needed to do it. Civil War should have been an Avengers level event. It should not have been a Captain America sequel.
No,
in my opinion. And I think Infinity War and Endgame as a pair wrapped the saga that they needed to wrap. I don't think they're the strongest movies in the pantheon of Marvel films. But
what ticks me off about Doom, well, I want to go on record to say that battle that we just briefly saw between Shang-Chi and Gambit, I'm like, oh God, I can't wait to see this on the big screen.
Yeah.
But I would have liked Kang better. And they should have recast him. I'm sorry. They should have recast him. Kept him. But now Feig is going, well, there's not much you can do with Kang. I'm like, did you look at 60 years of fucking comics, you asshole? There's plenty you can do with fucking Kang. What a bullshit excuse.
This is a good one. Yeah, we're not great. I think they were good, but I don't think that they were the best. Although, like, Winter Soldier might be the best Marvel movie that they ever.
I agree.
But then everybody calls me into question because I do like Iron Man 3 a lot.
I didn't think it was that bad.
Yeah, well, everybody does. Anyway, no, I agree. I think that they were trying to build brands around the actors but that's the thing. Like, when you,
I get it. I understand.
I mean, they did it with Chadwick Boseman, and it's like, that hit me really personally because he was my age when he died. And to know that he thought that the Black Panther story was so important that he was going through chemo and putting on muscle, like the physical toll that he put himself through to be there as a inspiration, really touched me. And I understand them wanting to deal with the grief, but I also agree that they should have recast him. because that movie suffered. You can feel the grief in it, but it suffered narratively doing that.
I mean, but it's not the same situation with Kang.
Yeah, no, it isn't.
It's Jonathan. I can't think of his last name.
Majors. Yeah.
Majors. Theoretically beat his wife, girlfriend.
He was accused and acquitted of it. So,
I mean, Disney wants to drop him, fine, but that Feig is coming out now to say that there's not much you can do with Kang just drove me up a fucking wall.
Yeah, no, I was talking to my godfather the other night about it, and I agree.
I really felt that they should have stuck with the Kang storyline. I'm sorry. I don't know how they're going to do it, but I still have a hard issue with Downey playing Doom. I feel like I don't know how they're going to do it. It's not a knock at Downey. I think there's also a ton of other great actors who could play Doom. It's just they got to stop with the multiverse. The multiverse was the worst mistake that they made in these movies.
Here's my take on it. I feel like they were gun shy to begin with because they planted very vague seeds that it could have been Doom or it could have been Kang as the big threat throughout Loki season 1 and season 2. The elevator scene with Howard and Tony also called into question whether or not Tony was actually Tony Stark in Endgame, because he says his wife's due and Tony looks very confused. So they have planted the seeds for Robert Downey to possibly come back or Doom to be the big bad overall. I agree with you. Kang could have been very fast. I mean, have you been watching X-Men 97? I know you hate them.
Let me set the record straight. I did not.
That's all we have time for tonight. Thank you very much. No, I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
I did not like the original cartoon, but I screwed up when I got a review copy of 97.
No. Let on its merits. Let's not even go there.
But I had blinders on and I was not seeing it for what it was. I watched season 1. I'm watching season 2. I'm loving it. I can't believe. I'm glad it's an adult cartoon. It's nice to see Wolverine do what he's best at.
Yeah.
And I went back and watched season 1 again, and I'm just like, okay, I was totally wrong.
I think, and I appreciate that introspection on it because, and that, kind of looking at yourself, because I agree. I think for me, when did it come out? 90, how it ran for 4 seasons. So what, like 93 it started? 92, 93?
93.
Okay.
No. 94. I know just because who my roommate was. So.
But at that point, I was 94. I was like 12, right. 93, 94. I was 12. And so for me, it was one of the first not physical, but visual representations of the characters I have been looking at in books for a decade. Understood. And so, and it was the costumes of the time. And so It really captured, because I loved Jim Lee's, X-Men. Like I just loved those designs. And so for me, it was my entry point. And I understand you're older than me. Like you're, I think 10 years older than me. And so for you to be at 10 years past that and looking at it, I understand your perspective on that. I think it's what they've done here is a love letter to comic book fans.
Yeah, I feel the original kind of dumbed down a lot of the storylines, but at the same time, like you said, Batman, the animated series was out, and they were more of an adult cartoon than the X-Men were kind of for kids. Yeah. And I think, I just had a problem with, the writing and stuff. It's just like
I absolutely get it. It's actually sometimes it's hard to sit through. I agree with you. But this season, them showing the power that King could have had, was pretty cool to see.
I mean, it's just the storylines are doing this season, and it's just the amount of deaths, and I'm just like, whoa, we are getting close to Invincible level here.
We are running late, so because we have friends that are in our chat that are going to go watch another show, and I really like Talib's Men on Film. So when you're done here, go watch Talib. He'll be on in the next 45 minutes. Brian, thanks for talking. I don't think we got to everything, but it's always a good time in talking about San Diego. Tell everybody where they can find you. What do you got going on these days?
You can always find me on fanboyfactor.com. Also check out our YouTube channels. I've made a lot of educational and made a couple fun videos on there.
They're really good.
My latest one is How to Survive a Comic Convention. Take this with a grain of salt because it's written as a comedy and it's meant to be a comedy.
Okay.
So
I hope that you enjoyed joining us tonight. You watched the show with hosts that were announced. We talked good things. We debated things. We appreciate you tuning in. We might be a couple of comic book assholes, but like we like, see, Brian changed his mind. And so can I. So anyway, I'm going to stop digging at another show because they're a bunch of assholes.
Yeah.
Yes, Replay Squad, thank you, for watching. Hope you enjoy it. And this is a funny conversation, an inside joke. Mom, this is Brian. So thank you guys for joining us. Next week, we have a very special guest I'll be announcing Tuesday night on Figure Fight Club's open mic night. I'll be announcing my guest once I finalize the details. We will see you next week. Same time, same channel. Buy what you like and tell everybody else to go fuck themselves or fuck off or however everybody wants me to say
it. Yeah. Saturday night we in here. Kastor's Korner. Yeah. Yeah. Saturday night we in here. Kastor's Korner. Pull up, step in, yeah, the room feel right. Every week, same crew, yeah, we back on time. New faces, old names, I see everybody. From the chat to the screen, yeah, the vibe stay solid. Hit the comments, let it fly, let it show what you like. Who we talking to next, who we bringing on mic. Every voice matter here, yeah, we building it right. We just here for the love every Saturday night. We in the room, yeah, we live tonight. Say it in the chat, let me know you alright. Show what you love, let it shine, let it move. We collect, cause we love it, that's the truth. Korner Live, yeah, the whole crew here. Every comment, every voice, yeah, we all in here. Price don't matter, it's the time that we spend. It's the talk, it's the bond, we connect in the end. Shout out, weekly viewers, yeah, you know who you are. Been here from the start, helped us take it this far. To the guests on the show, yeah, we thank y'all too. Every combo, every moment, yeah, we building with you. From the likes to the shares, yeah, we see all that. Every comment, every post, yeah, we read all that. Tell a friend, bring them through, let the room expand. We just building something real, yeah, you're part of the plan.